Okay, well, that problem is solved, I believe. It looks like I have audio. Okay. Testing 1, 2. Okay, looks like I'm back on with the other cam. Yeah, this cam was working fine, but people were saying the audio was bad. Now it's not showing up any audio. I have to check that out later on. But it's good to be back. Good to see everybody. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mike from Mike's Computer Tips, and this is my live stream video. I try to do one every week, but lately I've been doing all kinds of stuff here. I made a couple short videos that some of my regular people watched, and I got some good responses, but it didn't take off like I thought it would be. But I do think the video is good quality, so I'm going to leave it up because I know it will help somebody. But yeah, I've been, what have I been doing lately? I've been working on a custom computer for a friend. I built this from scratch. She bought all the parts. It's a high-end computer, about $2,000 in parts, retail. It's an AMD. Here it is right here. That's the back of it. That's the side. It's a real nice computer. I ran into a couple issues because the motherboard and CPU weren't compatible. I had to update the BIOS, and I didn't have another CPU, a Ryzen CPU. Thanks, South Carol. Yeah, I went to my other webcam, and I know this one works. Good old Logitech. You can always trust that. This Omni one, I don't know what the story is. It worked good the other day, but now a couple people said the volume was low, and now I have no audio. So I went back to the Logitech. But thanks for letting me know. So I built this system, and he's coming to pick it up. I have a lot of extra parts here because I don't know if you ever built a system before. When you build a system, they give you more cables than you'll ever need. These are M2 hard drives, which are run at 3,500 RPMs, very fast hard drives. They mount right to the motherboard. There's 2 of them in this system. And so I got cables for SATA and cables for SSD and all that, which he'll never need because he's going to use it like this. And yeah, right behind me is the motherboard that I use. This is a pretty decent motherboard. It's a B4500 Pro Wi-Fi. Now, they have a new one out, and it's a 5500. And one of the differences that if you need to flash the BIOS, there's a button in the back, and you don't need to have the computer running. Well, this computer is a 450, and there's no button in the back of the system. So in order for me to get it running, a friend of mine had a CPU, Ryzen CPU, a slower one, but it worked. It was like a 5. There you are, and your wife, Joan. Oh, Vern, yeah, how you doing, Vern? Yeah, I'm good. Just great to see you, and my wife is doing okay. Yeah, thanks for asking. Thank you. I caught some of your lives. Usually when I'm going to work, I see you pop up with the live stream, and sometimes I catch a little bit of it. I usually just click on it and give a thumbs up, and after that, I'm on my way to work, so I really can't do anything. I'm in the car. How far are you from Miami? Oh, I'm like 4 hours away from Miami. I'm on the East Coast. I'm uh, I'm like uh, I'm like 70 miles from Disney World. Yeah, I'm on the Disney World side. So if you wanted to go to Disney World, let's say I want to go to Disney World and there was a lot of traffic, it would probably take me an hour and a half to get there and all that, all those parks and everything. So that's like, yeah, about an hour and a half away. So yeah, Miami is 4 hours from here. I never been there. My wife went there. And then what I did was I used this AMD Radeon Pro, which is a pretty nice video card. It's an 8 gig video card, AMD. I'm starting like AMD, because everybody knows Intel's good, but AMD lets you. It's better for performance. About 3 hours from Tampa. If I wanted to go to the Hard Rock Casino, I've been there several times. It's about 3 hours away. Yeah, I'm in like a direct line to the Hard Rock, but it's a 3 hour drive. Yeah, been there a few times. It's pretty nice over there. They really did a good job with it. They renovated the whole Hard Rock Casino in Tampa. It's pretty nice, and I've been down that way before. If you go down that way and you're on vacation, I tell you a good place to go. Was really nice. It's called Anne Marie Islands. It's an amazing place, beautiful white sandy beaches, and so a little like beach town. Okay, yeah, Busch Gardens used to be good. I tell you, I remember 30 years ago. I'm kind of disappointed with Busch Gardens because now it's so much different. All the fun stuff is gone. All they have there now is those giant steel roller coasters, the electronic ones, no wood coasters. All the good stuff is gone. It's not the same. It's mostly for young kids that just want to ride these giant computerized roller coasters. But they used to give free beer when you went there. As soon as you went in, you can get free beer, but they don't do that anymore. Yeah, they did. Free beer. Hey, Coco Barbie. Good to see you. How's it going? Now, you guys, if you don't have Coco Barbie, I know she's been on here a long time. She's a good friend of mine, and she's got a really good channel. You guys should, if you didn't add her, make sure you add her. Um, Definitely add Coco Barbie. Now this is must be another channel of yours because you have a regular other channel, and I see that popping up. So add Coco Barbie Shorts. Oh, you know something? Also, if you go to SeaWorld, they have the highest roller coaster now. It's like really, really high. Oh, good, Vern. And I tell you, for an iPhone, her camera is incredible when she goes out and does these live streams. You have to see the quality of her videos. It's amazing for a phone. You would think she was using like a real expensive phone, but she has some awesome videos. So if you don't have Barbie, I know this isn't your main channel, but make sure you add Coco Barbie Shorts. And everybody definitely add each other. So getting back to this computer here, um, it's a pretty nice computer. So he's coming over and he's gonna pick it up, and I'm glad he's happy with it. Well, I hope he is. You need to benefit in all areas. You need to social. Oh, Coco, what are you? What about doing a short channel? Yes, short channels are incredible. I'm thinking about making a channel about Florida and all the cool spots here. Um, I tell you what, though, her camera is just, I don't know what it is, but you have to see the quality of her videos. It's amazing. Maybe because it's an iPhone or something. And I've seen a lot of other videos with iPhones, but for some reason hers comes in really good. And for a phone, you think that she had like a DSLR or something like that. Yeah, so I'm thinking about making another channel of like, Florida and stuff like that. And you need to make for the vacation. Oh, yeah, that may help. Bring people here. Hey, come to Melbourne, Florida. You'll really like it. That's what my wife told me to do. Yes. Okay. I'll be right back. I got to open the door for my friend. Man, that must be Keith. Somebody else. Yeah, just don't spill it on Keith's brand new system. Other than that, carpet. Yeah, you can put it on. Just set up a chair over there, and you could just sit on this chair. You could put your drink over there. I was just talking to my friends. I'm doing a live stream. I'm on the internet right now. So yeah, but yeah, I want to turn this computer on so you can see how awesome everything is. And then I got to explain everything to you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is the power button right there.
Yeah, I saw your video with my before you built this, showing the parts.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm guessing we're doing a live stream.
Yeah, I was telling everybody about the parts and letting everybody know. Like there's a little rag in there. Like after you get it home, you might want to wipe it down.
Yeah, I guess that's the tip, but I'm just right now. It's running low.
But this where is mine? Hey, you're on the air. That's my friend Keith. This is his computer.
Yeah, it's been sitting in my house for like not a year, many months.
It's been sitting a while, and then decided
I have a
put it
full-time job, and I
together.
have like a digestive condition where I just don't want to move. But I think I just coincidentally just got better by taking something.
That's good. I want to make sure it's plugged in. And sometimes, see, it came out because it wasn't like all the little thing. It's kind of like a temporary thing. But see, on this computer, you have a special plug. And if you wanted to, you could add like more monitors to it. And that's really what it's for. So
This is a professional. I mean, Windows.
this is the newest OS, Windows 11 Pro, and I just had it. Legalized for you. Basically, yeah, it's all authentic, and that's Windows 11 Professional, the latest. I mean, just alone, this operating system's like 150, but the guy put it on there.
Yeah, but you gave it for free.
Well,
Sort of.
he paid. This is your receipt, and he charged me an extra 80, so it'll be an extra 80, only because I'm a good friend of his. So it's like half price, probably even less. And if you click on this, I mean, I want to show you like everything that's on here. I put some programs on here too, so you have them. But where are we? Control panel right there.
My version of Windows 11 has like it's centered. Like the taskbar has the icons in the center for some reason.
Yeah, you might have the home version or
Yeah, I don't know. It's
possible.
Pre-installed on the Dell laptop there.
Okay, see if you go to system, you see 64-bit Ryzen 9, which is good processor, 3.4, and then it's showing AMD. Its product key is activated, so that's good too. Activation, Bluetooth, Microsoft Experience installed today. Actually, it was installed the other day, but yeah. So you got. Let's go to the hard drives. When you right click on that, you go to Explorer, then you go to this PC. And you got a 2 terabyte, not
I saw that text.
Yeah, the guy was like, and it runs a lot faster than the 500. So that's your primary.
Okay, so that has the operating system on it?
Yep, that has the operating system. And then this is additional. This one gets real hot. That one won't get very hot. The 500, because it's not as big.
Does it run better because it's 2 terabytes, or is it just?
Oh yeah, the bigger, higher up it is, the better,
more space
capacity, and they have better chips on it and everything else.
Okay.
So yeah, it's definitely better because of that. And I installed. I called up AMD this morning, and I installed your drivers for your video card. I installed all the software for your video card for gaming. There's 2 types. One if you want to do video editing, and one if you want better gaming. And I figured you probably want to do the gaming, so I installed those, which is it's still functionable both ways. But
I don't know why I would want to uninstall the software and like do a back and forth kind of thing. Or okay, I'm gaming now. I have this software now.
Well, it'll be the same even if you do both. You can't put. You'll probably have to go over because all the fingerprints. Yours will probably get on there too. But yeah, that's not going to change. It's not going to be not as good if you're video editing, or not as good as if you're doing gaming. It's going to be good for both. It just has more extreme stuff on there.
I was going to say I don't hear anything, but I guess if I was processing faster gaming and stuff out here.
Oh yeah, when games are running, when it goes like higher peak, when you're using a lot of GPU, you'll hear it rev up and rev down. Depending on the necessity of it.
So it's cooling fine. Is it like there's like fans built into the case or something? I don't know.
Yeah, this fan that you have actually has 2 fans, but you only have 1.
Right.
But that's because the 450, I think the 550 has 2. But I took 2 of these off. It's a little tricky. If you take 2 of these off, you won't get really a lot of heat in there.
Right.
And I put them, with your extra stuff. You have a lot of extra cables. Some of them are if you had a regular hard drive, but you don't. You have the M2 on the motherboard, so you don't need. You don't need. You got to have that stuff, just in case you ever change over or whatever. Everything's in there. Didn't even use your driver, just so it's brand new. Now the very important thing is this. This is your BIOS. Driver.
Motherboard?
If you ever reinstall the operating system
Oh, okay.
for the CPU, if you ever reinstall the operating system, this has to be reinstalled again because of yours is 450 and it's one generation away from the processor. The processor is one generation ahead,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't work until we.
It's weird how the later version of the motherboard doesn't accept the newer CPU. It's
Well,
like, it's like the motherboard people are like, we don't want to support Ryzen anymore. So
Well, the 550 would have supported this processor. There's like 6 of them. Every year they come out with like 3 or 4 different CPUs. But the 550, like I was telling you, has a button back here and it will flash to BIOS. This one doesn't, so you have to do it with this because you have the one of the better processors.
So if like Windows like 12 comes out for no reason, like I want to reinstall the software, it will just update itself, right?
Yeah, you can update it to that. The only thing I don't like about this case is power supply's mounted, okay?
Yeah.
Now, don't turn these anymore because for some reason I tighten them as much as they can, and then they start getting loose. So you don't want to turn these anymore. That's the one thing I don't like about this case.
Is it like intentional or is it just?
No, it's just I don't know. It's just like you take this plate off.
Yeah.
You mount the power supply, then you put this plate on, and you put these 4 screws in. But for some reason, that one doesn't. This one's tight, real tight, and that one will keep turning.
Yeah.
So don't try to turn those.
Yeah.
Now, this computer will work with HDMI. It'll work with this thing.
Yeah, the
parallel, but you want to use this because this is where your power is. This is your video card.
Oh, okay.
And this is a special connector. These aren't HDMI ports. These are special ports to make this work. This is a special plug.
Yeah.
See what I mean? If you wanted to add more monitors, you could. You could couple other monitors. That's why you have 4 of them. Afraid to be different. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I'm just updating Keith on his computer, the video. But I just want you to know that what kind of thing do you have? You have this connector? That one on your computer, on your monitor?
I could get some.
I don't
have any right now.
No, I mean on your monitor. Which one do you have? Do you have this?
I have HDMI.
Oh, HDMI. Okay. Well, you can use the HDMI. You can use this
too. Video, or is that like input for other things? Like
that's for video, but it would be the motherboard speed. Okay. It would run at a lower speed if you use that. I think I see this is HDMI, but I may have an HDMI cable that has bolts. See this one here. This one here.
About HDMI or like.
Well, this is HDMI. If that's all you have,
yeah.
So
just one to the other.
It would probably be like $10 more only because I paid $10 for this. I never used it, but if you need that, I could throw that in. Because this is brand new. What you'd have to do is unplug this and plug that back in, and then plug this in your monitor.
Right.
That'll be HDMI. Let's shut it down because you really don't. I mean, you can see the speed is like right now it's working on Ethernet. This is your Wi-Fi. If you want to use Wi-Fi with your router, it's all plugged in. You can just screw on.
Is that you're giving that to me? Or?
Yeah, it comes with your software.
Oh, okay.
Or your hardware. I mean,
okay.
Comes with the computer. That was part of it, your hardware.
Yeah,
you got that,
entirely.
and and you got this. So, this nothing will get in there. You don't have to worry about the fans of pushing out. So you don't have to worry about it as long as you don't put it like on a dust. And there's a lot of smokers around.
Yeah.
This is I don't know what the hybrid mode thing is. I never did anything. You could look into that, but make sure this is always on. If the computer don't start, you might have that off. But,
so if I shut down, do I have to turn that off?
No, you don't have to do anything. When you shut down, you just go to start, And see, even your name's there, Keith. And then you just go right there and you just hit shut down.
Yeah, let's see how fast it starts back up.
Start, shut down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll start up very fast. I have to get to the big plug. You know, remember you have
What is
to.
it?
That's the plug right there. Start
turn
right
it on.
there. Turn it on right there.
Okay.
You got extra 3.0 USBs.
USBs.
And
Any other
you,
USBs?
yeah, you got USBs 3.0 back here. You have 2.0. You have but like I said, if you want to get full functionality, you got to keep it in here. Plug it into here. That's your video card.
Yeah.
That's really where you
I
should
didn't even
keep.
notice it started up.
Yeah, and look at, this is just a 1080p screen. I mean, it's
How good is my video card compared to like other things? I just bought it because it was expensive at the time. The market was expensive.
they say it's not a gaming video card, but it is a good video card. You know? It's
whatever was
it's an 8 gig, so yeah, it's
it wasn't
not
too
like,
expensive at the time.
I don't know how much it was, but there's
It was like 400 something.
yeah, there's different ones, but it's not the guy told me it wasn't a gaming one, but it's a pro and it's in a pro series, so it's it's a good video card. Seeing you got Chrome and
I heard basically like with the how powerful CPU is, it almost like doubles as its own video card. Not necessarily, not really, but
well, it's got
Okay,
cache.
that way-
It's called cache, and it has memory on the CPU.
okay.
So there's no struggle going back and forth. If you're doing something high intense, it'll keep information on the CPU because of that big high cache, and the 9 is one of their best CPUs.
Yeah, I think that the 11 is just like super insane for like non-consumer purposes or something.
Yeah, I mean, you got more than you'll ever need with a
Yeah.
9. The guy was telling me that, and
I think it's like a higher end 9 too, so it's like the highest possible 9 series you can get.
well, there's a couple of them on there. They go up to a couple of them. But this is a seat cleaner. Every once in a while, the internet starts getting sluggish. Open that up and go to custom clean, and then hit run cleaner, and then just let it run the cleaner. This thing always comes on. But it's a free program. You don't have to buy it. Yeah, if you use that before, then seat cleaner and Bellark just tells you everything that's in your computer.
What is it called?
I put that program on there.
Oh,
It's a program that tells you everything in the computer. All the hardware and all the software.
So yeah, haven't had any like issues. You said there was some bugging out at one point that you fixed it.
Well, that's because he was installing the BIOS update with NTFS BIOS system, and it asked for FAT32, the old one, because your motherboard is the old technology compared to the CPU, which is the NTFS.
Oh.
So once he brought that down, it just tells you everything that's on the computer. It's a nice little free program if you ever want to look through it. It'll tell you everything you have. And if you ever want to just go to your control panel, you can click that, gets you there. If you ever, you got shortcuts for different things, this will show you your drives. You got the 2
Like
terabyte.
the old file system, like FAT or whatever, is it like?
Well, the hard drives,
Is that big of a difference?
no, it's not a bigger difference. It's just a matter of how much size they use to partition it.
Oh.
That's the only difference. But I mean, these hard drives are incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
very, very fast hard
Yeah,
drives
it's like
with a lot of
very popular reviews and stuff.
with a lot of storage and speed. And that's why I took those 2 off, and you got this fan, you got the fan on the other side, you got the fan on the CPU, and then so you'll get some good airflow. Make sure you keep it like where air can come out of here too, because you want that airflow. You definitely want the airflow.
These are just like PCIe slots or something.
Yeah, well, no, these are just case slots. The PCIe is right here. That's the only slot you have for the video card.
Right.
Is right there, and that's where That's where the video card is mounted. But these are just extra expansion slots.
or like different like utilities.
Yeah, I mean, if you change the motherboard, let's say, and it had like an extra PCIe for a video card, you can run 2 video cards.
Yeah.
But that's if you were to buy like really, really expensive motherboard.
Yeah, as it is now, there's no way to like. There's no like function like.
Yeah, there's nothing you can add. Everything's already here. You already have everything.
So like this case is useful. Like it literally just depends on the type of motherboard you have.
Yeah, whatever motherboard you have gives you the options of the things you can have. Whatever's in it. In other
So,
words,
like, some motherboards might have like capability for all of these things, but like have lesser power in other aspects of the motherboard.
yeah, they're all different. It depends on the specs. All the boards have different specs. This board has a lot of stuff built in, which you have your different stuff built in, and then you have your video. You have your video. If you had the 550, that has more stuff on it, but then be careful of this because this is glass. This will break. I didn't want to take that off again because.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about.
And I did case management, wire management, basically
Yeah.
wire ties, make sure nothing touches any fans,
Right, yeah.
make sure no wires are sitting on the power
Yeah,
supply.
so you install a few power supplies.
Yeah, I installed the power supply. Oh, I've installed hundreds of power supplies, but this is a 750, which is a good one. And you even have expansion on the power supply. If you wanted to do something else, there's other plugs there. But you probably won't need that unless you change the motherboard out because you're not going to get any drops faster than M2. There is one more that is faster. You would have to get like a $600 motherboard to even run that. And you'd be like trying to take over the whole area. It's like, why would anybody need, 16,000 like RPMs and stuff? But this is, the extra cables and connections. These are for regular hard drives. You don't have them, so you don't need them. But you should keep all this stuff.
So I had all the supplies you needed, or do you have to like supply certain things you go around the house?
Well, everything I had except for to install the new operating system. Everything that guy did
Yeah.
because of the BIOS issue. If that wasn't the problem, I would have did it all myself. But
I bought that
the windows and the drivers he put in, and he put in the process. I put in the process where he had to take it out, put an older one in, like I said, just to get it running. And he put it back in. He put the thermal plate paste on there. He put the fan back on. He rewired a couple wires. I wasn't sure where they go on this motherboard because the case and the motherboard are like 2 different companies. Nothing just, not everything always matches up. And you have to, like I went through the motherboard manual and I put as much stuff as I could. But he put like 2 or 3 on there. So that was his $80 thing. And then, but yeah, I mean, pretty much everything is here that you need. I tell you, if you use Ethernet, it'll be faster connection. You can use wireless, the Wi-Fi.
I have a 5G modem, and it's like on the other side of the house, but it still works. But
Well, that's up to you. If you move it closer to the computer, you'll get a more stable
yeah,
connection.
if I want to watch like high definition streaming.
Yeah, or if you can use this, and that'll be fine. But I always tell people that out of the 2, the Ethernet is always the more stable. Like I'm using Wi-Fi on this one because it has a Wi-Fi built in. But this computer has Wi-Fi built in. Your computer has Wi-Fi, and so it's just nice to have this because you can always use Wi-Fi.
So the Syrian can take that out, or
Yeah, you can take this out, but when you get home, be careful, plug it back in again. You just make sure you push this when you take it
So
out.
That's not the HDMI. Is it's called something else? It's like
Yeah, it's not
Same thing.
HDMI. See, it's a special connection
my
with
monitor came with one of those. I'm like, what the heck is this?
yeah. So when you put it in, you don't have to worry too much. When you take it out, make sure you push that up. You don't want to pull it. And You know, you can
So,
use it. I don't think it
so
matters
all
what
these
you
are like
put.
that. There's no like this kind of HDMI.
There is that HDMI, which is right
That's part of
here.
the motherboard instead of the graphics.
Yeah, that'll be on the motherboard because of your configuration with your motherboard.
Now I have to like find out what the heck I did with that thing that looks like that.
Oh, well, if you have one at home, you know, well, this is yours anyway
Oh,
because it comes with it.
oh, okay.
You know, this is yours anyway. The only thing that,
Well, I don't know if my monitor has this though. I have to like.
well, you said you have, well, you don't have this
No,
thing.
I don't.
You only have, HDMI,
I
right?
just plug it into the motherboard for now.
I mean, you can buy this for $10 if you want. It's brand new.
Let's see
It's up to
I
you.
have money.
Because this will work, or you can buy your own, but this is what you need. This to go into, or you can always get it later, but in order to use HDMI, you gotta have the connection, the HDMI connection. Or you gotta have this on your monitor.
I'll figure it out. I'll just use the motherboard for now. I only have 160.
What motherboard?
The HDMI, more traditional HDMI, into that slot.
Oh,
So
okay.
the monitor can plug in.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but you know, it should work. If not, you know, I mean, all the drivers are installed. It should work. But try that, and if you have to, make sure you get one of these. They're only like, oh, you go to Best Buy. It's $9.99. You get the converter.
What is this monitor plugged into? Oh,
Yeah,
that's no signal. Right
yeah, this is your cable. They always give you a new cable.
Yeah.
But you can always get one of those at Best Buy. And you really want to use this because
Yeah.
if you got the video card, that's really the whole idea. To get that 8 gig, you know, all that memory that's on that video card. But all this stuff is yours. I mean, all this stuff is yours. And you can have the receipt too, which is the guy's receipt. And I'll help you. You know, I'll help you carry this stuff out. You won't lose this either. We can make a couple trips. There's your Ryzen box. Ryzen 9. And that's this is for your hard drives. That's your fan. If you ever want to get another one, you probably don't need the fan, but you want me to carry some of it? I don't know. You can try to carry it efficiently. Do it. And then last, we'll bring out the computer. You got so many different things. Yeah, we'll have to make a couple trips. We can even plug your Wi-Fi if you want to. I'll double check. There you go.
Okay.
Everything here. Should have everything. Yep. That's the whole kit and caboodle. wanted to get all this out of my hair. Okay, I'm still doing the live stream. You know, my computer room is very small, and I was so glad to get all this stuff out of here because I only have room to build one computer at a time. Okay, so anybody still here? I'm glad everybody took part in this live stream. If nobody's here, I think I'm going to wrap it up, work on some video ideas. So I'll talk to everybody later. Bye. Thanks for coming.